We were all taught in high school English class that stories are made up of a protagonist and an antagonist. The two battle it out until one or the other wins, and in most cases it's the protagonist who comes out on top. That's the model at work in the externally driven action story, the plot. It comes from classical Greek drama, which centered on a dialectical discussion. Agon is the Greek word for debate. So there was a character representing the pro side of the debate and another character representing the anti side. Protagonist, antagonist. Think of Lysistrata, the Greek comedy by Aristophanes, in which the women decide to withhold sex until the men stop waging war. The pro-peace women are pitted against the pro-war men, and in the process, they have a debate about war. Unfortunately, the protagonist versus antagonist dialectical debate model has devolved over the centuries to simply refer to a good guy and a bad guy in endlessly rehashed external conflict stories leading to a triumphant ending. However, in character-driven stories, I found a different model that serves the internal journey of the main character. This model is in contrast to the protagonist versus antagonist model. In character-driven drama, you want to find a way to externalize the main character's internal conflict. You do this with your secondary characters serving as external forces, pulling your main character in opposite directions. You've probably seen those cartoons when someone is in the middle of a quandary and a little angel pops up on one shoulder and a devil pops up on the other. This model is very true to human nature. Let's say you're trying to lose 10 pounds, but it's somebody's birthday and suddenly there's a piece of cake in front of you. You begin a little dialogue with yourself. I'll start my diet tomorrow. One piece of cake won't make a difference. Then the other side weighs in. You promised yourself you'd do this diet. You're going to hate yourself tomorrow if you eat that cake. So we have our own little angel and devil sitting on our shoulders, whispering in our ears. In screenwriting, you make the angel and the devil into secondary characters to externalize the main character's internal conflict. Of course, the best way to see how these secondary characters work in opposition to each other is through concrete examples. An excellent example of how secondary characters can be used to put forth a debate can be found in my recorded lecture analyzing Jordan Peele's campy horror film Get Out. There you will see how Peele is using his secondary characters to debate the question, are we in post-racial America? You can get that analysis by going to screentakes.com/getout or by clicking the link in the description below. Romantic comedy is fertile ground for this kind of battle between secondary characters. There's a young man who's getting serious about his girlfriend, but there's still some vestiges of immaturity holding him back from full commitment. His best friend is pulling at him to keep up the party life while his girlfriend is pushing at him to settle down. There's no bad guy in this story, no antagonist. The best friend and the girlfriend are simply externalizations of the conflict that lives inside the main character and prevents him from moving forward with his life. Another way of looking at this is in terms of your main character's A to B progression. The best friend embodies your character's point A, where he starts from, and the girlfriend embodies your character's point B, where he's trying to get to. Will he respond to the opportunity for greater maturity that the girlfriend is offering? Or will he succumb to the influence of his slacker best friend? So the point B character is pushing the main character forward, while the point A character is pulling them back. This is how you use your secondary characters to outwardly embody the internal conflict within your main character. It's the secondary characters that provide the push-pull tension in the course of the story. As far as I'm concerned, in screenwriting, the whole game is externalizing the internal. Using secondary characters to outwardly embody the conflict within the main character is a highly effective way to do this. In my next video, I'm going to talk about an important aspect of screenwriting that you won't want to miss. If the next video has already been posted, you can access it here. If not, be sure to subscribe to this channel so you'll be notified when it is. Or go to screentakes.com/getout to see a concrete example of how secondary characters can be used.